All right, traders, Z, marketwizards.com and eminywizard.com. And today, wrap up. It's the 13th of March, about 6:15, and a reminder to use risk capital you can afford to lose if you're playing this game. A lot of leverage in this business. The worst thing you can do is over leverage your account because leverage cuts both ways. Enough vig in the game, playing small and trying to guess correctly. And again, I'm sharing ideas. I don't have all the answers. I don't believe anybody does. We're just trying to help each other out here. And I'm giving a little bonus time to my traders that were in the last session, as I usually do, and allowing other traders to look over my shoulder while we do that. All right, today for this wrap up, just looking at the perspective of what's been accomplished and what we think is still remaining. I said earlier today I thought the goal was to get above these highs, and then we've got perhaps one more target that the boys have in mind as well. And we felt today that if you came back into that 12 to 15 zone, probably one last shot had a buy, and then unclear whether we can keep sailing or not. So obviously this last swing is the key. Do we come out the top and stay there, or do we come out the bottom and stay underneath? And somewhere in between there is the truth. So currently, I've suggested traders to relax overnight. Let's see what the market does. But we have not ruled out the possibility of getting up to the top of this box, and we'll show you why. This was our 10-minute chart that we were looking at today, as well as the fives, and you can see this has been absolutely perfect. Very unusual to get three gaps up. There's one, there's two. We got a double island gap, and I'm not a fan of three gaps up, just really egregious and excessive. But you have to keep your eye on the blue line, and if we're above the blue line, that's the slope line. We're still going up until we're not. And here was our 30-minute chart Globex we were looking at. You can see we're stretched. We tend to get stretched away from it, and then we pull back towards it. But first things first, you got to break the blue line and green and red lines. And today we rode the green line all the way up, and we basis this red line coming up here. I suggested you may want to think about one more buy to go with that because sequence trading, the shorts had a great trade here, and nice guess, but time for profits. But then a day trader also wants to take profits, and that's where I felt would get that one last little bounce and try to get back up to the 21 zone if you could get there, and leave that as resistance. So right now we're floating up above that, and we'll see what it does. But that's the way I interpreted this chart, and I thought this was one we should be following as well. And here's a monthly breakout that we have taken out. Obviously, you've got to factor in rollover. So we're approaching, obviously, these last highs that were in effect and double top testing. And so we need to follow this 19 as a guide, basis the monthlies for their ideas, whether we've got continuation or come back and do backing and filling. And the weeklies, it looks to show me that we've still got a couple points left that we could get to a new high. Not sure we'll do that because of risk and reward, but certainly we could stretch to another high. I would say the next target is probably that 29 and a quarter, 28, 29 and a quarter. Looking at that, so that's going to be our resistance, probably from 29 and a quarter to 34, the next resistance targets. And we'll see what happens overnight. But for now, obviously, we're going to keep that 12 as support until broken, and suggesting to traders to respect this high. If we get above it, then we know the target's 29 and a quarter to probably the 34 high, 33 and a quarter, I think it is. And basis this chart, I'm referring to this high right here, which is a 28, 33 and a quarter. So the objective for the boys is to bust that stop. And of course, we're into a double top territory when we get close to it, but I still feel that's the game of the boys is try to get above that high. And then things should start to get interesting. And then we're going to monitor that level on the way back as we come through in case we have an overshoot and then coming back through and abandon this idea again. 'Cause a lot of times they just like to run these stops just because they can. And then when everybody is saying, okay, another breakout, that's when they'll come back. So I like the head fakes. And truthfully, just as good odds to go and break this high as there is to get a substantial pullback now. And one last look at the order flow volume profile. We can see what a lot of traders were probably looking at right here on the pushback here. We did hold. And once we hold this VWAP in here, then obviously it's going to take off and push back. I don't follow this a lot, but I know it's helpful, especially for traders that use it all the time to get used to that. We've got our own system of calculating where we think our magnets are, and I find those very helpful for us. Anyways, this shows the Keltner that we followed, then the one last high, and obviously at the end of the day, if somebody wants profits, and that's the sequence trade that causes this swing, and then we set, and then we bounce back into the close. So tomorrow we'll take a look again. I'm just trying to show a few of our traders things that I was looking at, and hopefully I can help some of you as well at the same time. Really enjoyed the banter today with some of the traders on Twitter, guys like Awais and Evan and Ryan and people that and obviously Anthony Crudelli, and it's fun, and it's a lonely business, so it's always good to rub elbows with some people and that enjoy the same things we do, which is trading, and try to help share some ideas and kick things around. So thanks for listening. Hope you guys had a good day, and anything we can do to help you out, get in touch. All right, be well. Time for dinner. I'm hungry.